And there we are. So Chelsea managed to finally win a Premier League game. A 3-1 victory over Wolves. Chelsea have actually revenged against Wolves and they have done a double against them. The first half, especially the last 15 minutes, were really tense, and Chelsea conceded a goal, and everyone, the mood in the stadium, and everyone was like, here again, here we go again. And there were some brief funny things that happened pre-match. We saw the young mascots attempting the Cole Palmer celebration. That was really, really beautiful. I hope Palmer can really acknowledge them and can see the positivity he has brought in the club. But one thing that stood out in this game was Trevor Chalobah. Just came back from the loan and looked like the best defender on the pitch. I have always said I did not understand why Chalobah went out on loan, and Colwill needs to really be scared because this player is playing really well. Look at the statistics, and actually Trevor Chalobah was almost getting the third goal. If Noni Madueke does not just push that ball further, that goal belongs to Chalobah because the ball was actually going in, and that was Chalobah's moment. And I was really impressed by him. So Chelsea moved up to 4th place in the Premier League, and they go above Newcastle and Manchester City, deservedly. And this is a very good position because now they're just 4 points behind Arsenal and 10 points behind league leaders Liverpool. Maresca lined up Chelsea in a 4-2-3-1, and the notable omissions were Sancho from the starting 11, and Enzo Fernandez. And this is really, really problematic because Chelsea are looking quite light in that holding midfield position. So do Chelsea have to recall Santos from Strasbourg? Wolverhampton Wanderers, on the other hand, lined up in their 3-4-3 kind of structure, dropping into a back 5-2-3. And looking to try and hit Chelsea in the counter, especially with Matthias Cunha. So let's look at the statistics. Now, when you look at the statistics, you can see that Chelsea actually dominated this game from start to finish. And even looking from what the commentator was saying, this Chelsea played like the Chelsea that played pre-Christmas. You know, there are different types of Chelsea. There's the pre-Christmas Chelsea and there's the post-Christmas Chelsea. Now, this Chelsea played like the pre-Christmas Chelsea. And we saw the pressing was on point. The chance creation was on point. Again, Jackson just kept on missing chances. You can see even from the average position of the team that Chelsea were almost playing in the opposition's half, while Wolves were actually playing in somehow a mid-block. And don't get me wrong, Wolves created a lot of problems for Chelsea in this game, especially in the latter stages of the first half and in the earlier stages of the second half, until Chelsea scored the quick 2 goals. Looking at even the shots, you can see where Chelsea's shots came from and where they were. And one thing I really need to talk about is that Chelsea's defense actually played well in this game. They did not allow shots. It was only a bozo moment from Sanchez that saw Chelsea concede a goal, again conceding goals. Before we even start our analysis, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. So Chelsea lined up in a 4-2-3-1 structure. Now, this 4-2-3-1 structure was quite interesting with the way Chelsea arranged themselves in possession and out of possession. The way Chelsea played in possession is really, really, really important. So what did Chelsea actually do when they had the ball? Now, when Chelsea had the ball, Chelsea decided to have 3 midfielders, with only Caicedo being the solo pivot, while Cucurella, Palmer and Keenan Dewsbury-Hall being the 3 players occupying the half-space channels. And this ensured Chelsea had that tight midfield, as you can see. Reece James added that skill, that leadership and that strength in those wide centre-backs role. This is the first time this season that I have seen Chelsea have wide centre-backs who are really strong. Tosin Adarabioyo was helping Chelsea with the aerial duels. I was really impressed with him again. Chelsea were looking to try and overload the midfield with as many as 4 players, with even Nicholas Jackson stretching the backline deeper, while Sancho and while Neto and Madueke were generating the width. However, I was not happy with the role that Neto played because I have found him to be so out of form. Now, when you look at this structure, you can see Chelsea were trying to have as many as 6 players overloading Wolverhampton's 5-man defense line. This allowed Chelsea to always have a +1 in defense, and this is what made Chelsea have that opportunity to constantly switch play. And because Chelsea had a numerical advantage over Wolves' back five, we realized that one of the Chelsea's attackers was always free. And this led us to one of the crucial things that Maresca did. Now, one thing we saw is the movement of the centre backs. The wide centre backs in particular always had a 2-man passing option, the wide player and the player in the half space. And because of the position that Palmer was taking up, he was constantly dragging Wolverhampton's midfielders. Tosin Adarabioyo in that central position always had options in front. Caicedo in the middle, Chalobah and Reece James on either side, and Palmer, Dewsbury Hall and Marc Cucurella in the half space. And Tosin Adarabioyo in particular was so good in playing those line-breaking passes to these players. Now, because Chelsea had that midfield overload and they had that +1 in attack, we realized one thing, that Chelsea constantly had that spare man in the wide areas, and especially down the right, Chelsea looked to switch play towards this area. Reece James in particular could spot this space, and time again he looked to play those balls over the top for Noni Madueke. But one thing about Noni Madueke that I don't like is his fast touch. His fast touch is not quite the best. Sancho has the best fast touch in the team. And Jackson even sometimes looked to try and capitalize on this by making those runs and looking to receive the ball directly from Reece James, who was playing those balls over the top. And this constantly made Wolverhampton's backline get dragged in behind. But one crucial thing was when Noni Madueke had the ball. So whenever Noni Madueke had the ball, what we realized is that Cucurella, Neto always looked to attack the far post. And this is what has made Cucurella actually start scoring goals. See, the position that Cucurella picks up is that position that always puts the fullback in jeopardy. Because of the 2v1 overload in those wide areas, Chelsea are able to exploit the opposition fullback. And whenever Chelsea have the ball down the right, playing that cross, especially in that far post area where the goalkeeper cannot step out to claim and where the goalkeeper cannot do anything, Chelsea will always have players who will overload that position and look to score goals. This is how Chelsea managed to score the second goal of the game. You can see here, Chelsea are overloading the back post area with as many as 3 players. Palmer, Neto, Cucurella, all moving towards that far post area. Even Nicholas Jackson. The ball is played into that area. Jose Sa cannot step out to try and move towards that position because it will open up for Noni Madueke to score. So that far post area is free, and Noni Madueke is able to whip in a perfect cross onto that area, and Chelsea are able to score a goal. I've always emphasized this, that Chelsea needed that win. Chelsea were winless in the last 5 matches. Lost 2 matches, drew 3 matches. It became even a mental problem for Chelsea players to believe they can win a game. I said whichever win I will take, and they have done it. Chelsea have reached 40 points. That is the points required. That means Chelsea cannot be relegated and will play in the Premier League next season. But one thing fascinated me again was Trevor Chalobah. A phenomenon. I like the comeback that he's made, and hopefully we can integrate him as one of our best centre backs in the team. Now, Chelsea have a huge test. Manchester City scored 6 past Ipswich, a team that Chelsea lost to. Chelsea will be travelling to the Etihad. Manchester City very confident after their emphatic win. Will Enzo Maresca manage to galvanize this team to actually go to the Etihad and get 3 points? I believe this season Manchester City can be caught at, but will Chelsea do it? Check out my next video as I do that preview. Well, again, thank you for watching this video and see you in our next video. Bye.